I am so excited to go over 5 of the 10. This is part 1 of what you can learn from a mastermind. Specifically what I just learned from the mastermind experience I was just at in Nashville, Tennessee, but also to tell you what will be integrated into the mastermind that I will be launching in November of 2021. Depending on when you're watching this, you need to take notes because every mastermind should include what I'm about to share with you. And if it doesn't, you shouldn't sign up. Really, because some people have taken mastermind pretty loosely and they've just applied it to any program that they're doing or any long weekend that they're having, and that's not truly what it's intended to be. If you've never heard of this phraseology, mastermind, I don't know that it necessarily originated from, but the concept really stemmed from and really took legs from Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich, which if you haven't read, you need to read. But additionally, 10 years before that, he wrote a book called The Law of Success. And the laws of success. And when he did that, he talked about this idea of mastermind. And so a mastermind is this intention of bringing together 2 or more people and establishing an ideation or fixing a problem or creating momentum or building a business. And all of the different minds are coming together to actually create this 3rd, 4th, 5th, however many people, this additional mind. And that mind is an energetic field. That mind is a collaborative experience. That mind, and the word that he used, which I love so much, is an alliance. Okay, and so I went to this experience, and the first time I went to this mastermind experience for this specific company, there was about 23, I don't know why I always use that number for that specific experience, but I say it every time, 25, we'll round it up, people. And there was a lot of people, and I got to connect with quite a few and at least meet and greet with a lot of them and, you know, have follow gains and create ideas with people, but there wasn't a ton of depth. The depth actually took place after the experience where I got to take the people I connected with and really go more granular. But this experience, I showed up and there was about 6 people there. There was more than that because of the people teaching, but 6 learning people there. And I thought initially, oh, like this is a bummer. And stick with me because this is gonna go to number 1. And I found out that there was actually massive breakthrough. My mastermind will host 12, and my intent with hosting 12 is no different than not discipling of me, discipling, of course, of God the Father, but the power of 12 and what that does in unison and how we can actually really curate and serve and sit at the table together. But this table, we got to sit at multiple throughout the experience. The number 1 thing I want to share with you guys is intimacy and vulnerability. And you hear about vulnerability all the time. It's now a huge buzzword. Maybe even intimacy is now a buzzword, but into me you see is not possible in a room of 25 people. Even when I took the stage at that point to share vulnerably, very vulnerably, an experience, I was seen, but I didn't get to the same level that I got to when I was with all of these people. Because the vulnerability in a safe harbor like that, we feel a lot more secure to be able to share with a small group than we do with a large group. And even if you're a public speaker like I am, and I share with large groups all the time, there's still extra layers of vulnerability and still extra layers of access to see into me. And so there was business breakthrough. This is the number 1 thing. The first thing, I'm not going to say the number 1 thing because there's all of these are really number 1. They're so good. Is the fact that intimacy breeds business breakthrough. There was a couple of experiences that happened, and I will speak specifically to mine because it's my story and that's fair, where I sat about 3 feet from a person of the opposite sex who I really don't know. He was probably the least connected to person that I was in the experience, other than the fact that I knew he had a newborn baby and he looked so much like my husband. And so I just sat there and we had just gone through this incredible meditation, which I'll tell you about shortly. But I get to sit silent, eye to eye with him, which talk about intimacy and vulnerability, right? And what happened in the business breakthrough or my personal business breakthrough, just because I say business doesn't necessarily mean that it's your entrepreneurial business or your bank account business, even though that's your business too, but you know what I mean? It's your whole being business. And I was just weeping. And in this block, I was able to release what I often feel when I am with my spouse. I was also able to indulge and give and share intimacy and vulnerability with someone in silence, that then gave them courage and motivation to step into this next season, just like I'm going to step into the next season. And it was intimacy and vulnerability that bred that. Now, not every environment can establish this understanding. So please be mindful as you step into these masterminds. In order to do this, there has to be shared values. There has to be an understanding of this deep mission and intent of what it is that you're doing. What's your mastermind about? Why are you there? What's its purpose? What's the outcome? Maybe if the mastermind is strictly business, you're not sitting eye to eye weeping with somebody that you barely know. But I really believe in building business from the inside out. And if we didn't do this activity, if we didn't do another activity that I'm going to talk to you guys about, it would have been subpar, to be honest. So I say number one, and I mean number one, intimacy and vulnerability breeds business breakthrough. It creates the ability to unlock blocks. And that's what we did over and over. And that's what we will do. Specifically for mine is all women. And I do that intently and very intentionally, because we have conversations and we have breakthroughs that we need that, no offense guys, the girls can't get on board with. Wait, no offense guys, the guys can't get on board with. The girls need to get on board with. The girls need to have that level of intimacy and vulnerability. And so I make space for that specifically with this mastermind. Now I do speak and teach and help train a collective masterminds that are co-ed. But this is a choice that I've made in addition to my international retreats, where I really think that there's power in really escalating the women in this way. All right, number 2, holy cow, we've got a long way to go. I'm only doing 5, but we got 2. 2 is partnerships and growth opportunities. They are literally all around you at every given moment. But the reason that I want to talk to you about this is, yes, of course, you're in the same room with collective minds and you have an opportunity to partner and also to create growth things together. But what I really want to share about number 2 is coming at those partnerships with a servant heart. How can I serve you? How can I grow your vision? How can my ability to serve show up for you enough that we then create symmetry in the propel? They compound together, right? So if you come with a servant's heart rather than an I need heart, rather than a greed, rather than a hunger, I think it's good to be hungry for growth. But I don't think it's good to be hungry from growth based on the works of someone else. And so partnership and collaborations need to have that synchronicity to serving one another and seeing where that goes. Number 3 is meditation. This was another one of the activities that we did that just literally blew my mind. And I practice meditation. My coach is an NLP coach. If you've never experienced NLP, I would highly recommend you to check it out. I am not that yet. I'm looking into potentially offering that as well. Oh, I've got a doodad coming through, so thank you. Sorry. Is this understanding that meditation has such power? Such power. And the reason that it has power is because we don't often do it. And so there was options in this meditation, and I want to encourage you when you meditate to take this option. Take your shoes off. Don't sit in your chair, even if it's the most comfy couch ever. Sit in Indian style and ground your bottom to the floor. There is something about understanding the alignment of your spine, of feeling your actual body on the ground, supporting your weight, supporting your pressure, supporting your mind as you're coming and exploring what it is that the meditation is about. Then you're not fixated on all the things touching you or the squeaky chair or the way that you're oblong or anything that's happening. You're only focused on your being. Meditation is so important. It helps with mental clarity. It helps you to have and experience a device-free learning opportunity, right? How often do you do that? You're not doing that right now, clearly, because you're looking and watching me. I want you guys to realize the power that meditation has on so many levels of just rest and soul work, but specifically when it comes to businesses and masterminding. If you can mastermind together in a meditation, the energy, the access that you then also have to each other, it just explodes. The creative thinking up levels. Everyone in the room is in a state of awareness that they were not in 15 minutes before, 5 minutes before if it's a short one, an hour before if it's a long one. I would practice you to meditate. I would encourage you to practice meditating, okay? I keep saying 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 is traveling to new cities. So you would think it's a mastermind, like I don't have to do that. Everybody lives right here in my community. It'd be great. It's much less expensive that way. We can just meet and then go home at night. No. This is why I do international retreats, and they don't always have to be international masterminds. Mine won't, because I need to use my studio and stuff in order for us to create and design what it is that we'll be doing in some of our mastermind retreats. But it's this knowing that if you get out of the city, you're going to get out of the mundane. When you get out of the mundane, you're going to get out of the routine. When you get out of the routine, you're going to break the cycle. When you break the cycle, you're going to unblock your pathway to success. Even if you feel like you already have success. Maybe you're already doing financially what you want to do. Maybe you're already accessing the community that you want to access. Maybe you're already serving the church, the ministry, the business leaders, the team that you are hoping to serve. There's more. He is exceedingly and abundantly more than we could ask, hope, or imagine. And so I believe if you can get your feet out of that place, off of that rat wheel, even if you don't feel like you're on a rat wheel, you are going to have even further understanding of where you're intended to go because you're somewhere new, right? You break that monotony and you build momentum. You're literally doing that simply by moving cities. So in my mastermind, we will travel. In my mastermind, you will meet people from all over the globe. And when you do that, it changes your way of thinking. You also get an inside scoop, which is so powerful about masterminds, into somebody else's business. How did you do that? Oh, wow, I thought we did the exact same thing. Oh, no, you do it this way. Oh, this is how you access this. Oh, this is how you serve them in this way. You build based on the fact that you are coming together for this entity, this mastermind that is going to serve the greater population simply by you showing up really well. All right, number 5, finally, is be the learner. I won't take too long on this because I know we're moving into that 15-minute window where you're getting bored and you want to get up and stretch. And you can stretch. You guys see me. I'm moving and grooving all the time. So here we go. It is be the learner. And specifically in this learning environment, no different than my child age years, I always wanted to sit up front. The only time I didn't want to sit up front was when I wanted to sit in the back of the bus because I wanted to be one of the cool kids, but I got bullied, so I had to sit in the front of the bus. Otherwise, the bullies were mean to me the entire time, and they would beat me on the race home because they were faster than me and bigger than me, and not really cool. That's a vulnerable story. However, is the recognition that when you sit in the front, you have access, right? When somebody's speaking to you, when you're actually attentively listening, there's no distractions around or before or in front of you, and you are being taught, you can lean in. You can show that active listening. You can be the example when they need someone. You get to be the person that becomes the best version of yourself because you're leaned in and you're listening and you're taking notes and you're creating eye contact with the speaker. It's okay to be nerdy and be in the front row. As an adult, I promise you it'll be very much worth your time and energy. And also you can't lean back in your chair and maybe fall over. That's also happened to me. But ask questions, be the learner, ask questions and grow. And be okay with your question maybe not coming off the way that you would hope, maybe not getting the response that you thought. But what happens when you ask a question to a group of experts, a group of people that you're masterminding with, you're not going to get just one answer. You might get one answer right then, but you're likely going to get multiple answers thereafter. And that is actually the next tip for next week's show. So there will be 5 more tips on how and why you should mastermind. These will give you great examples of how you can develop your own, how you can get integrated into mine, how you can go find another one that suits you best. But I am so excited for you to understand that this is a powerful tool for growth. It does not have to necessarily be business. It can be being, it can be brand, it can be business, whatever it is that you want to be. Mine's all 3, and I would love to have you a part of it. So if you're interested, you can actually sign up now in the link below. I'm taking applications, and because it's only a limited amount of seating, you want to apply now because I've already got several in queue, and I'm super excited to bring it to life. You guys are going to be able to come and serve and show up together, to mastermind together, because your expertise is a part of the expertise that the group collectively needs needs based in the valued foundation that we are children of God and we are meant to live an abundant and prosperous life. And that's exactly what we're going to do together by continuing to up level and grow our businesses. You've got to be in business for at least 2 years. There might be some wiggle room if you've had some incredible growth right out the gate. But I want you guys to be firmly founded, firmly rooted, to be able to have these adventures and not feel like you're investing in something that isn't already transpiring in your life, right? I'm going to create that compounding effect for growth. I'm going to help you gain access to experts that you would never otherwise have based on my community. And I am going to give you so many different assets that you have yet to have that are going to build your business brand, that are going to build your identity based on the brand that we are going to build for you because of whose you are. And then we're going to go into further business developing. The business developing is going to catapult your career, add layers of income to your life, and also to your family. I am so excited to do this, and so I hope that you apply. But otherwise, if this part isn't for you, you can end now, and go check out number 6 from the 10 steps of masterminding, right? Not just steps, but things, access points. You got to do it, okay? Thank you guys. Love you so much.